Good morning and welcome to the official opening of the 2018 North Carolina State Fair. Thank you. I am Kent Yelverton. I am the North Carolina State Fair Manager. And on behalf of my staff, we're proud to welcome you. Glad to have you here. What a difference a day makes. We're grateful that the rain has moved out and we have blue skies today. Just like we hope we have for the next 10 days of the 10-day run of the 2018 North Carolina State Fair. So again, welcome. At this time, I would like to recognize Assistant State Fair Manager James Romer to introduce our next guest.
Last year I got an introduction and I told him to pay backwards. I know y'all can't see him, so we couldn't tell you all. So Donnie, I'm assuming this is for you. I can hardly breathe. The air up here is so thin. Well, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, as Kent did say, what a difference a day makes. We lost power at our house. I didn't have the ability to charge my phone. I left my watch at home. But it makes no difference because it's State Fair time. I need my script. Come on, Kent. At this time, we want to honor our nation by presenting our nation's colors, having the national anthem sung, and having our prayer by our State Fair chaplain. So at this time, I will call upon the North Carolina Forest Service Honor Guard to present colors, followed immediately by the singing of our national anthem by Mr. John Norris, followed immediately behind by our prayers from State Fair Chaplain Travis Williams. Honor Guard, please present the colors.
Honor Guard, let's see it. Yeah, breathe. Go. Forward. Come on.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave
these individuals. Thank you. And as you're seated, let's hear it for the greatest country in the world, the United States of America.
Thank you. We have a lot to offer our fairgoers this year at the 2018 edition, the 151st edition of the North Carolina State Fair. We have a great entertainment lineup this year with a mix of new acts and old favorites. Up in the North Carolina Forest Service area, we have the Paul Bunyan Lumberjacks. They're in a new location, but up near Smoky, go up and see them. You'll enjoy their show. Over near Gate 1, we have Kachunga, an American bushman, wrestling an alligator. We have the Canine Stars in our grandstand area, doing dock diving, agility, and frisbee tricks. Over in the Flower and Garden Show, you'll also see the Dream City Ladybugs. And ever popular, we have our racing pigs back, and at 9:45 every night we have our spectacular fireworks show. I also encourage you to check out our livestock shows. We have over 6,000 animals entered into our livestock shows this year. We have over 26,000 entries in our competitive contest this year. And of course, across the street, we have our North Carolina State Fair horse shows going on. Please go over and check those out. Music. We have 120 concerts over the course of the 11-day or now 10-day run on 3 stages, all North Carolina acts. We're excited for you to check out all that we have to offer. Today, for our opening, we have a number of people with us that I would like to take a moment to recognize. We have members of our North Carolina Board of Agriculture. We have Mr. Doug Boyd, Mr. Jim Lambert, and Mr. Billy Carter. If you would raise your hands. And any other members of the board, please. Members of the Commissioners Circle are here as well. If you would please raise your hand to be recognized. We have several members of our North Carolina General Assembly with us today. We have Senator Tamara Beringer, we have Senator Rick Gunn, we have Representative Donna White. Please raise your hands and thank you. If there are any other members of General Assembly, please also raise your hand to be recognized. Thank you. With us today we have Secretary of State Elaine Marshall. We have Justice Paul Dewey of the North Carolina Supreme Court. We have the North Carolina State Superintendent, Mark Johnson. We have Dina Medina of North Carolina's A&T University. Harry Daniels, the Associate Dean of Administration with College of Agriculture and Life Sciences at North Carolina State. We have Miss North Carolina, Laura Matrazo. And we have the North Carolina Watermelon Queen, Caitlin Honeycutt. And as you saw earlier, we have the Wake County Sheriff, Donnie Harrison. And we also have a lot of other special guests with us today. You. Thank you for being here. Next, it is my pleasure to introduce my boss, the man that lets us do this, the man that gives us guidance and wisdom to do this and to do it in a way that we believe that you will enjoy. And we're going to have a great week, great weather. Commissioner. please come and speak to us. Thank you.
Good morning. Good morning. What a beautiful day to open the 151st North Carolina State Fair. It is an absolute joy to be here among the many visitors, friends, and families that are here today to officially open the fair. And I have some very special guests here myself today. My son Sean is with me, standing over next to the post. My wife Sharon, and my granddaughter Savannah Lynn, my oldest grandson Jackson Knight, and then we also have my smallest grandson Summit Stephen. For the past 151 state fairs, we've come together to celebrate everything that makes North Carolina such a great state. Our traditions, our agricultural heritage, music, old-time crafts, and just the plain old neighborly spirit and the feeling of family among everybody that comes here. I can tell you that when I took the job of Commissioner of Agriculture, I had no idea what a big part the North Carolina State Fair would play, or how much I would grow to love this event. And in fact, I would say of all of the things that the department does, the State Fair was probably the most intimidating part of the job, but no longer. And the reason being is, you know, when I look around and I see people having fun, joy on their face, no matter what, then it's just so great, you can't describe it. But I also found out that there are so many really good employees in the Department of Agriculture that help not only put the State Fair on, but do all kinds of functions every day. And I can never thank them enough for the job that they do and stepping up to the plate when times really get tough. I'm incredibly proud of this staff and the things that they do. And if you had seen the Fairgrounds late yesterday afternoon and you see it today, there were a few tents that had to be put back up, limbs down, trees down. They worked hard to get it back to what it is today. And I am so proud of it. We can open this fair on such a wonderful day. I think it's no big secret that Heritage Circle, where we are, is one of my favorite parts of Fairgrounds. And this area has been expanded and improved with new buildings and facilities being added to offer more activities for our visitors to the fair. The public house behind us was done last year, the blacksmith shop the year before, and we couldn't go a year without adding to things down here. And this year, I want to talk about our latest project, which is the Bowles House. This log building comes from the Donald L. Moore Farm in Alamance County, and it dates back to 1850. I think you're going to be amazed when you see this building, that something that goes back to 1850 is so immaculate and so beautiful. And it's right up here next to the log tobacco barn, and it is a wonderful addition to the fairground. This building is actually sponsored by the Tobacco Growers Association of North Carolina. And during the fair, the house will showcase farming antiques and entries into the tobacco hand competition, which we needed a space to display this. Now we've got a beautiful space to do that. We do have with us here today members of the Donald L. Moore family, and I want to thank them and recognize them. I know they're here. If you would raise your hand and be recognized. We also have with us somebody today that has been involved in all of these projects. It's Bob Stanfield, and he is out of Rockingham County, and we've become very close friends and share a passion for these log structures that are quickly disappearing from North Carolina, and he's helped to restore these structures and build them into what they are today. Bob, where are you? Come up here. Raise your hand. He doesn't like to be recognized, but I thank you. This project was overseen by C.T. Wilson Construction Company, and also we had Cirrus Construction involved for the second time in doing log building. And you know, you can't find somebody on every street corner that understands how to put a log building up. So we've been very lucky to have people that have been interested in it and the passion for it. And I think when you look at these buildings, you'll understand how special they really are. Also in this new log building, we have a beautiful spiral staircase that was donated by D.H. Griffin Wrecking Company out of Greensboro, and they're becoming very, very hard to find, so we're so tickled to have that donated to the building. I think as we cut this ribbon on the State Fair, we all realize what happened in Eastern North Carolina. To add insult to injury, yesterday the Piedmont to the mountains area of the state was blasted by the remnants of Hurricane Michael. Sharon and I spent a harrowing afternoon at our farm in northern Guilford County, and I can tell you that I would not have believed that something that struck the coast so far away could be so ferocious. We had high winds, unbelievable amounts of rain. We went through Hurricane Fran. We went through Hurricane Hugo. They were nothing in the Piedmont compared to what we saw yesterday. I think there are about 500,000 power outages, including mine, in the Piedmont area. So not only did we got to work in Eastern North Carolina, now we've got the Piedmont and the West we got to work in. So I guess what I'm saying is we got to put aside everything that's ever divided us. This task is huge. It's going to take all of us to do it. So I ask you to do a couple things. Volunteer your time, first of all. We've got faith-based organizations in Eastern North Carolina now. They're letting out houses. They're helping to feed people, helping to get people back to the place that they can look after themselves. And I've seen house after house after house where the floodwaters were 3, 4, 5, 6 feet high inside the house. All these houses have got to be torn out and rebuilt before people can move back in. So I just ask you to think about volunteering your time, certainly your money, to help these organizations, and it's going to take a long time. This is not going to be a task that's going to last a couple months, maybe more than a couple years. So we've got to step up and do what needs to be done and rebuild that area of North Carolina. And this is the area of the state where a lot of our agricultural production occurs, and the farms were absolutely devastated down there. So following Hurricane Matthew and 3 other named storms in 2016, this was almost a death blow. So we've got a lot of work to do, but it can be done, it will be done, and we'll do it together. One of the things that you'll see around the fairgrounds is, and Linda Loveland has the Hurricane Florence Relief Fund. Please donate to that. This is money that will go to help farmers rebuild their operations. And remember, the farmers couldn't leave. They had responsibilities in livestock that they had to be there. They got houses flooded too, so we've got to work together to get this done. And I thank Farm Bureau, and Linda, I certainly thank you for your work in helping to rebuild North Carolina. One of the big things that you can do is certainly help us on Food Line Hunger Relief Day, which is Thursday, October the 18th. On that day, fairgoers get free admission to the fair by bringing 5 cans of Food Line brand canned food, and any extra donations are certainly welcome. Since we started this 20 years ago, Food Line Hunger Relief Day has brought in about 4.8 million pounds for the food bank of Central and Eastern North Carolina. I certainly hope that we're going to blow by 5 million pounds this year. Believe me, it's needed in Eastern North Carolina, so we ask you to come back and to help us with that. We've done a lot of talking here this morning, and Donnie Harrison, I thank you for starting to have fun even before we cut the ribbon. That's what the fair is about. And James, you seem to have taken it pretty well. So we're going to cut the ribbon now, and I want everybody up front here to help me cut this ribbon on this fair, and we're going to go out and we're going to have fun, and we're going to do the tobacco might not be as quite as pretty as it has been in the past years, and that tobacco's gone through what all the tobacco in the state of North Carolina's gone through, so I'm just proud to have something here. And I certainly thank the staff at the Oxford Research Station for their work in making sure we had something to string today. So with that, let's cut the ribbon.
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes opening ceremonies. Have fun at the fair.
I've had fun all week. Why am I going to